Jake squinted through the rain-splattered windshield, the wipers barely keeping up with the downpour. It was past midnight, and he was exhausted from the long drive back from his business trip. As he rounded a bend in the desolate country road, he saw a figure up ahead, drenched and shivering, arm outstretched with a thumb pointing down the road. Against his better judgment, Jake pulled over. The hitchhiker, a young woman in a soaked dress, climbed in without a word. "Where to?" Jake asked, glancing at her pallid face in the rearview mirror. She muttered an address that was surprisingly close. "Thanks," she whispered, her voice barely audible over the rain. As they drove, Jake tried to make small talk, but she remained silent, staring out the window. After what felt like an eternity, they reached the address. It was an old, decrepit house that looked abandoned. "Are you sure this is it?" Jake asked. She nodded, stepping out into the rain. Jake waited until she disappeared into the darkness before pulling away. A few miles down the road, he glanced at the back seat in the mirror and froze. Lying there was a wet, crumpled dress, the same one the hitchhiker had worn. Chills ran down his spine as he sped back to town. The next day, curiosity got the better of him. He returned to the house, finding it in ruins, clearly uninhabited for years. On the front porch, a faded photograph showed the same young woman, with a date indicating she had died over 50 years ago.